Welcome back to this League of Legends live stream. It's Friday night. You're with Sambo, and joining us this week after an absence last week is the wonderful Queen of Ascalon, the Twitch witch herself. It is Her Royal Highness Regina Lacerta. Welcome back, my lady.
Thank you. It's lovely to be back.
I bet it is. And do you know what, by the way, folks? If you're out there and you have no clue how come Reggie was away last week, well, let me tell you. Let me tell you right now. And by the way, before we explain that, hello to everybody in the chat room. It's Citrine Vlogging. Hello to you. Jai452, a big hello to you. Skyfo, hello, mate. How's life up there in Northern Australia? Hope everything's okay. In fact, I hope it's better weather than we've had down here today. Reggie, I tell you, it was awful. I got caught in the rain. You're going to love that. Legendary, who's that? Chosen One, hello to you. Gosh, the chat is flying by so fast. I'm so sorry, folks. Good to see everybody here. But yes, Reggie is back. Now, what happened to Reggie last week? Why did we have Tallahassee here? And by the way, we were meant to have our good friend Mini Ninja, but she slept in. She slept in. Did you know that, Reggie, by the way? She missed our show. Can you believe it?
I did manage to see the first about 20 minutes of the show.
Oh, right.
Not live, but I did manage to see, in recording.
Yep, the silly thing. She actually slept through it. And by the way, hello, MG Swift Illusion, good to see you. And Hot Kyoto, hello to you. But yes, folks, of course, a lot has happened in the last week. A whole lot. And those of you in the know, you know exactly what's going on here. But I'm sure a few of you don't. Well, let me tell you exactly what happened. Okay, what happened was Reggie went away to a health spa. She got to lay down for a couple of minutes and she had a baby. And you know what? In fact, I've got it on good authority that it was a really good birth and that it was very magical birth. And in fact, what Reggie doesn't know, okay, folks, now don't tell Reggie. Reggie doesn't know this, but I actually managed to grab some footage of her birth. That's right, folks. Shh, don't say anything. And hello, Psycho Monster in the chat room. Good to see you. And listen, I can hear Reggie in the background dying to say something. We're not going to let her get a word in edgewise just yet. So, guys and gals, this is your exclusive view here of Reggie giving birth last week. So, here we go. You won't see this anywhere else. And here it is.
Oh, no.
And there it is! Look at that! It's a perfect little baby boy unicorn. That's right, that's exactly what it's like when you give birth. It is almost like an immaculate conception. And of course she is complaining about, what is it with these women? All they have to do, they go into a room and bang, they have a baby. You know what, I'd like to say, how's the husband? That's what I want to know. Reggie, is your husband okay?
He's fine.
Because, we've all been wanting to know because, he must have gone through such an ordeal. The poor guy. How long was your birth, Reggie?
Okay, to any females out there, I'm so sorry. 2.5 hours.
What? 2.5 hours? Oh, it was like a blimmin' holiday spa. Do you know what? When I had my baby, because I had it, it was 23 hours or something ridiculous. 2 hours.
Sitting back in your lazy chair.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I did have a lazy boy chair, but hang on a minute. So it was basically like the video I just showed you. You lay back. What you probably had, your iPhone. You're probably like on Instagram, searching Facebook, and then before you knew it, the doctor's like, "Oh, by the way, here's your bubba." Is that what it was like?
Well, there was actually a moment where a friend SMS'd me and said, I know you're supposed to be having your baby today. I don't know if it's going ahead. I hope everything's all right. And I did actually text back, and this was about half an hour before he was born. In labour now, bugger off. So yes, I did have my phone on me at the time.
You did? Oh my! Did you hear that, folks? She had her phone on her. So you could have actually live streamed the Immaculate Conception and birth then,
No.
if you wanted. Look at this, by the way, in the chat, people are saying, you go, Reggie is magical. We knew that. I told you that she was a witch. And hello, by the way, Rom1, good to see you, who says, congratulations. So yes, of course, we are just kidding, folks. Zach wins. Hello to you, my friend. Good to see you. And who's that? Sushi. Oh, Sushi's saying, "Oh God, Samuel." I think I'm in her bad books. What do you think, Reggie? Do you think that maybe
Constantly in her bad books?
I'm constantly in her bad books. That's right. Of course, folks. I'm only kidding. Can I please be the first to say congratulations, Reggie? By the way, that is awesome.
Thank
Seriously,
you.
what was it? 2.5 hours? Is that what it was?
Yeah. From when I started, like getting the niggles.
Yeah.
To him being born.
Then there were 2.5 hours, and look at that, more congratulations coming in. Hello, Tigerhawk Rosebud, great to see you, and your good mate, our good mate there, the CBC Ronan, who is saying multitasking. That's exactly what she was doing, folks. She hasn't been lying all of this time. But, so obviously, you've had yourself a gorgeous little baby bubba boy, so we've seen lots of pictures.
I do.
Yep, and you guys, if you're following on Reggie's Twitter or Instagram, you will have already seen pictures. Isn't it an amazing world, by the way, Reggie? I mean, you think back to, a few years ago, where your relatives, say, if you've got relatives overseas, it could have been months and months and months before they got, sent a physical photo of your baby, whenever you'd get around to taking one, that these days.
Yeah, and you have to take it and get it printed and then post it.
Yeah, exactly.
No, these days.
It's all everywhere, isn't it? It's just amazing.
People around the world are seeing a photo of him within half an hour of him being born.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a great thing, I think, about technology today. And by the way, hello there. Who's that? Oh, I am Gaza. Hello to you. And Link for Life 199. Big hello to you as well. Yeah, so I just think that, this is a great example. I mean, we're always sort of ragging out on technology, and we know someone like, for example, Tallahassee, he absolutely loathes the whole social media thing, and that's cool. And, we've seen many instances, I think, Reggie, where, it's done a lot of harm and people can really get themselves caught out. But, in times like this, I think it's one of those things that, I kind of feel blessed that we live in an age now where, like you say, if you wanted to, within probably 60 seconds of having your child, you could have had every single person in your friends list, family and friends around the world, probably watching video of your little baby taking its first breath or something. You know what I mean? Like, the technology is there.
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
Yeah, well, I mean, on the iPhone, I can take a video and upload it straight to YouTube using the Wi-Fi. I mean, I've using 3G. I've done that before.
Yeah, well, there you go, So again, casting your mind back to the dark old days, like, when there was MySpace, and dial-up modems and stuff like that. You never even think of doing something like that. So again, great use of technology. And by the way, hello 1999 Tommy Boy. Now, speaking of boys, so for those of us who have had kids before, we're going to be familiar with weights and sizes and all that sort of thing. So obviously you've had a nice easy birth, so obviously there were no complications. So we were very happy to hear that, by the way, because we were all rooting for you and we're all thinking about you, by the way, last week. But are you allowed to tell us how big he was or how small he was, or like what did he weigh?
He's actually considered a beautifully normal, healthy birth weight. He's 3.6 kilos, or in old money,
what's that, about 8
pounds 1 ounce?
Yeah, I was going to say 8 pound. I think my daughter was that as well. And you're right, that's a kind of textbook weight, isn't it, for a little bubba?
It is.
Now, the one thing that we all wanted to know, though, was, and we were joking about it last week, and this is the irony of it, by the way, folks. I don't know if you remember last week's show, but we were talking about, the birth of a new Let's Player, because let's face it, this little guy's brother is a natural Let's Player, and in fact, Reggie, behind your back, we had Logan J. Lacerta, aka Young Sambo, actually fill in for you. I
saw that video.
Yeah, that's right, on Monday night.
That little minxie, yeah.
I know, so there you go. And he was awesome. So, we've got a lot of people there who are saying, I don't know, maybe we should get him on the show. Although, actually, come to think of it, I think they were referring to replacing me. Anyway, the point is that he's a natural.
Okay, that's an idea.
No, it's not an idea. It's not an idea. And yes, that's right. By the way, Skyfo, dial-up. That's right. I remember dial-up. Anyone else here remember dial-up? And hello there, Luke's RSYT. Big hello to you. So, we know that you've already got one Let's Player in the family. There's you as well. But, we were joking that this boy would come out with, like, a microphone or something like that. And then, funny thing was that, Reggie, you tweeted or Instagrammed, or both, a picture during the week. And you tell us what pose your new baby Bubba boy was doing. Come on.
Well, he just had a feed, and his hand went up to the side of his face, and it looked like he was going, "Call me," with his fingers.
Exactly.
Yeah, in a telephone hand pose.
That's the thing. It was like he was on the phone. And, I mean, how old was he at that point? Mere days, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that it's just built in. I think it's like genes. It's this, evolution versus evolution versus creation theory. Oh God, we shouldn't get onto that topic. But you know what? There's no doubt about it. Obviously, there's talent in the family, and I think we're going to have this guy on the show probably in about 6 months' time. That's my prediction, by the way. But speaking of, and this is probably a real personal question, and I don't want you to answer the actual answer, and you'll know what I mean when I ask you. But, we all know that you and your family are the type of people who, didn't want to name your child before he came into this wonderful world, and that you like to, cast your eyes upon the young soul and go, oh, that's a Sambo, or, oh no, look, that's definitely a Seraphis, or, whatever it might be, Bob, Jim. But without telling us the real one, if there is one, but did you decide on a name in the end? Like, have you actually come to that decision yet?
No, he hasn't been named yet. We're still getting to know him. We are the kind of people who don't want to sort of, give a name before we've actually met him. And we're still sort of getting to know him, getting to know his mannerisms and, studying his face and just, when the time's right, we will know a name.
But this is what I love, and guys, let us know in the comments, because of course we are live. Don't forget we're live. This is not pre-recorded. We are here. We're saying hello to you in the chat room. We're trying to keep an eye on the chat room at all times like we always do. What do you guys think about that? I honestly think, Reggie, and it's not often that I compliment you, so take this as you will, but I think that is
I'm waiting, yeah.
I think, there we go, Tiger Hawk, by the way, is saying he's going to be called Bubba the rest of his life. Bubba boy. Hey, come here, Bubba boy.
Bubba boy.
I honestly,
that's what he gets called now.
I'd actually like to compliment Reggie, and I think that is a really healthy, progressive attitude to have. I mean, so many people talk about babies as if they're an object or a pet. You know what I mean? Like they're this inanimate object that has no sentience, and it's like an it, but you're already talking about your child as a person. You're saying, I want to study their face, study their personality. I think that is an absolutely brilliant idea, because a name, let's face it, is kind of a big deal. You know what I mean? But the
way I look at it is, it's something that they're going to answer to every day for the rest of their life.
Yeah, exactly. So, guys, I mean, how do you think I feel? Clearly, my parents had no clue when they named me Engelbert. I mean, who names their kid Engelbert? My parents, clearly. Can you imagine the hard time I got at school, Reggie, being called Engelbert? Like, seriously, it was the worst time of my life ever. I might be lying as well. But anyway, folks, of course, it is wonderful to have Reggie back safe and sound. It's fantastic to know that you gave birth to a wonderfully healthy little baby boy, our future Let's Player here on the SamboNZ channel, let's face it. And, I know you've got a veritable tribe there. Is that it? Or you're going to start planning for another one?
Well, I said we've got our beach volleyball team. We've got 2 players and a sub.
That's one way of looking at it, I guess. Or, you know what I thought Reggie was going to say there? Here's what I reckon Reggie's going to say. you know what? We can stop now, darling. And she's talking to her husband, of course. We can stop now, darling, because now we don't have to hire any henchmen in our Guild Wars party. That's what I think. And by the way, speaking of Guild Wars, and oh, look who is in the chat room. It is Catella. Big hello to Catella. Now, Reggie, you haven't met Catella yet, but let me introduce you.
No,
Catella, meet Reggie. Reggie, meet Catella. Now, if any of you guys, of course,
Hi, Catella.
I've watched our Final Fantasy XIV Let's Play series, which is doing so well at the moment, by the way, and I so thoroughly enjoy that show, as does everybody else. Catella is the equivalent of Reggie over there, if you like. And in fact, you know how Reggie wears the pants. I mean, it's tough for me to say that, but she really is behind the scenes the director of all our shows, and she says what happens. You know, I'd be lost without Reggie. Well, exactly the same with Catella. And Lord help me if the two of them ever get together. So don't you dare ever cross paths, because otherwise, woo, there she goes, a wave. Otherwise, I'll be in deep trouble. But Catella is effectively the producer of our Final Fantasy XIV series, and behind the scenes she actually does all of the content, basically like scripting the show way ahead in advance. She does all the people wrangling, and it's great to see you, by the way, Catella. Thank you very much for coming along. Thank you for all of your hard work on our show, and Reggie, you know all about that. So yeah, you two must hook up at some point, because you'd be able to swap some hilarious stories. But look, folks, we are here, as much as we're here to celebrate Reggie's new arrival, we're also here to play a couple of games. And again, speaking of games, big weekend, Reggie. Everyone knows we're big Guild Wars fans. And of course, Guild Wars 2 releases next week. But this weekend, folks, it is the early release. If you pre-ordered or pre-purchased Guild Wars 2, it's the early access period. And I believe, Reggie, I'm just going to hover over my calendar here. Yes, so here it's Friday the 24th in Australia. Tomorrow is the 25th. I think, Reggie, tomorrow is when the doors open for early access for Guild Wars 2. Is that right?
I believe you are correct, sir.
There you go. Yeah, well, look, I can't wait. And by the way, to answer all of your questions, yes, Reggie and I, of course, are playing Guild Wars 2. Now, I know Catella, there we go, might have to come out and try out Guild Wars 2. Catella, we would love to have you on the show. By the way, you're welcome anytime. And I know you've got Guild Wars 2, so you better be there. Folks, just to clear up a couple of things, there was a bit of a hoo-ha, Reggie, wasn't there, about the server that we'd chosen on Guild Wars 2, which, let's face it, is apt. It's a great name. Reggie chose this one. It's the Gates of Madness, because that suits Reggie so well. We are still going to roll our characters on Gates of Madness. Is that right, Reggie?
That is correct, sir.
Yep, so just want to repeat myself there. We are, look, the reason I'm bringing this up, by the way, is because we got word, a little fairy told us, that 4chan and Reddit are sort of camping their communities on that particular server. Reggie and I say, we don't care. We don't care. We have faith in all of the admins, the community managers, and a big hello to you, the other Reggie from Guild Wars, of course, who is Brinstar. Big hello to you. She's a community manager over there. We have faith in their abilities and their rules and terms and T's and C's and stuff, so we just don't care. If anything, if it brings more publicity to the server, Reggie, what do you say to that?
I say that can't be a bad thing.
Exactly. Bring it on. So Gate of Madness, that's right. There you go, Skyfo. Gate of Madness, go. That is right. And Sushi, look at that. Sushi is saying Guild Wars 2 for me tomorrow as well. I think a lot of people there are going to come along to Guild Wars, by the way, and come and see us on Gates of Madness. Now, that just reminds me of one more thing before we get underway tonight in our League of Legends series. We are going to be having a guild, and of course we posted our little video there. Goodness me, did you see how many comments there were on that video? Because we went out to our wonderful viewers, which is you guys, you here right now, by the way. We said, can we please have a guild name? Because, you know, Reggie's ultimately going to decide, but she wanted some extra suggestions because, you know, her suggestions were a bit naff. Because, you know what, she wanted stuff like...
My suggestions were awesome. They just needed to be more awesome.
Well, I'm glad you said that, because you guys know we have Distant World, speaking of Catella, on Final Fantasy XIV. We got Has an Epic Beard on our Star Wars. And so, you know, Reggie wanted to say that our guild here was the world's greatest healer. And I thought, look, that's flattering, Reggie, but I don't think it really suits. So she said, well, look, why don't we also have Sambo is a god as a guild name?
Oh,
and
my lordy, lordy,
I'm just
lord.
thinking, look, Reggie, I know these things. I know they're true, but I just think we need to sort of broaden it out. And also, I think, Reggie, that this series should be more focused about you, not how amazing I am. Because, let's face it, everybody already knows how amazing I am, right? Why do we need a guild name?
I just wonder what kind of karma you're going to attract telling such lies.
Somehow, I don't think Reggie is very happy with it. Didn't last long. Am I in the dog box already?
What do you mean? You're always in the dog box.
Oh, yeah, silly me. And Catella's saying more people to play with there on Gates of Madness, absolutely. And Link for Life is saying Gates of Madness sounds perfect for Sambo. Of course I'm mad because I have to deal with this wicked witch every single week. Now, speaking of witches, I had one suggestion, which was is a witch. Because, of course, the end of the guild name there, you could say, Sambo or Seraphis is a witch, etc., etc. But, Reggie's come up with some great ones. Anyway, we will let you guys know very, very shortly because, folks, what we're going to do over the course of the early access weekend, and look, Reggie, are you going to have time to be on at any stage? I can't imagine you've got a whole bunch of free time at the moment, but you're going to actually log in and create a character over the weekend, or are you going to leave it till next week?
I am a little bit more limited on my time at the moment, I must admit, but yeah. I definitely will make a valiant effort to log on to Gates of Madness and create a tune.
There you go. You heard it first here. And by the way, Sushi and Tiger Hawk, shush you both. Shush you both. Guild has to be called Pink Yetis that eat cupcakes. And Tiger Hawk is saying Pink Power. You are both sad and twisted folk. Because it's just tormenting me. That is hello there, Nathan. Let's Plays, by the way. Hey, Sambo says, Hot Kyoto, can you do a dance called Move Like Bernie? What's Move Like Bernie, Reggie? I haven't heard of that one. Do you know what that is?
I know not of which you speak.
No, there you go. All right, so look, Reggie has come up with a whole bunch of suggestions because there were literally hundreds of suggestions coming in from you guys. And again, thank you so much. We love it, the fact that you guys are so passionate about that. And we have read every single one of those suggestions, and don't you dare think that we haven't. What we will be doing is Reggie will be making the decision. I will then go and create a guild website, just like our engine ones for DC Universe Online, for Final Fantasy XIV, and our current Star Wars one as well. We will absolutely be making an engine site for Guild Wars. It will be named the name of the guild, so we don't know that yet, of course, because Reggie hasn't actually told me. But once that's up, we will also... and this is all free to you guys, we will also have a nice big Mumble voice chat server there just for you. And not only that, but we will probably use that Mumble server when we record our Let's Plays for the series. So you know what that means, guys. If you get involved in the community website, that means you've got a chance to be in our show. And instead of just watching, you can actually be speaking to us in the show because of the Mumble server. So if you've been along to, for example, distantworld.engine.com or superzeros.engine.com, you'll know the sort of thing that we're talking about. So yes, yes, and yes. Yes, we're going to have a guild. Yes, we're going to have a website. Yes, we're going to have a full voice server. So there you go. I'm really looking forward to it, Reggie. So, Reggie, at some point between, now and tomorrow night, hopefully you'll be able to squeeze an answer out of there and give us a name. What do you reckon?
Name for the guild, yes.
Yeah,
I believe I can.
There you go. All right, she's committed to it now. She's committed to it on film, so we will definitely get that up and running. And don't worry, folks. Look, as soon as Reggie tells me, either her and I, or if she's busy, I will post a video on our front page of the channel there. Just a real quickie to let you know, once again, the name of the server, the name of the guild, and we'll give you the site of the community website. And we expect you all to come along and sign up and say hello and take part in the madness that will be our Guild Wars 2 series. So there you go. I think that's all the housework out of the way. Is there anything else we need to cover up? Who is that? Al Natural. I just saw that out of the corner of my eyes. Guild name. I have empty bags. You suck. You don't. Shut up, Reggie. That's not funny. That is so not funny.
It'll never happen.
Or maybe that's a good name, actually. I never have empty bags. Or of course, if anyone's watched a more recent Final Fantasy XIV episode, speaking of Katala and Mini Ninja, maybe it's about playing, or an empty sack. We were talking about emptying our sack in that particular one. Anyway, we need to change topic. We are here to play League of Legends. It's good to see everybody here in my friends list. And by the way, if you look in the description below this video, you will see myself and Reggie's username. All you need to do is come along here, download League of Legends. It is free to play, and you just need to add us, and you will have a chance to be here live with us playing in one of our 2 or 3 matches. Now, by the way, speaking of the number of matches, we're going to go easy on Reggie tonight because, let's face it, you're fresh out of the baby factory. So we don't want to push you too hard. So we're going to limit ourselves to 2 matches tonight. And I know that that's going to make Reggie really, really happy, because if there's only 2 matches, Reggie, what does that mean? That you'd have no risk of playing? Go on. What do you reckon?
That means you will not force me to play intermediate level.
I love it. Force her. Like, I never force you to do anything. But yes, oh, look at this.
Do I pick the matches? No, sir.
Yeah.
You pick the match.
Look, only 2. So that means 2 easy modes, because, you know, we want Reggie to go to bed and get a nice sleep, because she's kind of got a bit of a rough job at the moment with all of her multitasking. So 2 matches tonight, folks, and I'm sure you will understand. I'm sure next week we'll be back to 3. If Reggie's feeling up to it. And in actual fact, to be completely honest, that's not Reggie, that's me. I'm putting that imposition on, because I don't want Reggie staying up till, well, it'll be pretty much, we don't get finished till about 1 a.m, do we, if we do 3 matches? Is that about right, Reggie?
No, we don't finish till 1 a.m, and I tend to be up at the moment at like 1, 3 and 5.
Yeah, exactly. So we don't want to interrupt your pattern of life at the moment. So just 2 matches tonight, folks, but that's okay. Plenty of chatting, plenty of fun, and it's great to see you all here, by the way. Thank you for tuning in. And again, just look on the channel. Because so many people asking us, look on the channel. We'll put up a video as soon as we've got our characters named, as soon as we've got the guild named, and then you can come and friend us in Guild Wars 2. But it will be on Gates of Madness, because Reddit or 4chan, be damned, I say. All right, I think it's time to play.
Better the devil you know.
Yeah, exactly, better the devil. And, well, that's the other thing. I mean, Reggie, you made a great point the other day as we set up this game, by the way, which is that, you know, no matter what server you go on, it's not as if the other ones are going to be immune to trolls and unsavory folk, right? I mean, it's an MMO. You're going to get that no matter what, yeah? Yeah,
I mean, unfortunately, all games seem to attract, along with fabulous, wonderful players, all games seem to attract people who aren't quite so community-minded.
Yeah, exactly. It's just the nature of the beast. By the way, MG Swift Illusion is saying maybe we should have 2 intermediate matches. Are you mad?
Oh,
are you mad?
No, ban him.
And Catala's saying Mama ain't happy, and no one's happy. Good that you're being nice to Reggie. Oh, you know what? I knew that was a mistake. I knew it was a mistake putting you 2 in touch with each other. And in fact, you know what they don't know is I've got both of them in Steam chat right next to each other, and they don't even know it. There you go. That's how close they are. All right, it is. Let's see, what do we got here? It's time to invite. We've got me, we've got Reggie. Let's invite all of our lucky players here. And again, we're going to invite you all. And good luck to everyone. So let's see, we've got One Bob Fish, we've got Our Natural, good to see you, mate. We've got Augie, hello Augie, Epic God of Chaos, all of these regulars. We've got Etonator, we've got Jinx McNinja, haven't seen you for a while, good to see you. Liam Face, we've got Lox G Sizebot, we've got MG Swift Illusion, who, if my memory serves me correctly, is a fellow Melbourneian. And by the way, how was the weather today? Oh my God, seriously, my hair went everywhere, Reggie. Hair everywhere. It was a mess.
Oh, I could imagine.
Oh, it was terrible. Pink.
Wait a minute. Oh, no, your hair is normally a mess, though. Oh, you mean that's not intentional?
Do you know what? It was so nice last week. Seriously, it was like having a holiday. It was like being in paradise. Because, you know, Tallahassee was so... Oh, hang on. No, he wasn't. In fact, Tallahassee was worse than you.
I managed to actually watch the first 20 minutes, half an hour. And I don't believe he was that nice.
No, I don't believe he was. Actually, I think he almost made you look nice. Pink Kittens. Who named themselves Pink Kittens? I think that was deliberate. We've got Psycho Funks, which is Skyfo, and Support Every Pony. Woo! That's a brony if I ever heard one. There we go. Good luck, guys. We're going to invite you in there. And of course, there's 3 slots up for grabs now. There'll be 3 in our second match. But, you know, if you don't get chosen for the second one, stick around anyway, because we love to have a chat with you guys right to the end. So we'll be finishing a little bit earlier this time. Here we go. Who's this user wants to add us? Yes. There we go. Hello, well done. And we've got Al Natural in there. Good to see you, my friend. We've got Augie, and we've got Epic Gothic House. Now, don't go away, because you still have a chance, by the way, to come into the second game, and we deliberately won't choose these folk, so your chances are increased. And hello, let's say hi to everyone there. Hi all. Hello, hello. All right, well, Reggie, I believe it's time to rock and roll. Rock and roll. Yeah, okay. So are you ready, Your Royal Highness?
I believe I am.
She's ready. Is she? Do you know what? It's always a waste of time asking her if she's ready. Because you know that in the background, she's probably typing emails. She's probably feeding her bubba. She's probably also doing her crafts. And by the way, speaking of your crafts, I saw those lovely, what are those little fan-looking things that you took an Instagram of? Those crafts.
Cupcake toppers.
Yeah, now what are they, please? Explain to everyone what they are.
Well, that was actually the backs of them.
Oh.
But basically, it's 110 scallop cutouts that then have photos that I've customised of my grandmother on the front.
That is awesome.
Because it's her 100th birthday this Sunday. And so I've made these cupcake tops. So we're having 100 cupcakes. And so you put like this little flag in each cupcake as a little 3D stand-up. Yeah.
That is amazing. Cool. What a lovely gesture. 100? That's a century. That is incredible. You know what? There is no way I'm going to live that long. And those who,
not with your lifestyle.
Exactly.
Yeah, no.
I was going to say anyone who knows my lifestyle will know I'm on limited days. Oh, and by the way, just to clarify, because gosh, you got to be careful what you say these days. That's not because of drugs. I do not take drugs. Never have and never will. Although you wouldn't know that if you met me. But look at this. We've got some people here saying, multitasking like a boss, Reggie. That's right. And people saying that she's still... Where was that comment there? Where was it? It was hilarious. There we go. Reggie hasn't lost any of her spice, that's for sure. Always preparing a burn for me. That is absolutely right. And Citrine Vlogging, yes, we will invite new people in the next match, so don't worry about that. All right, Reggie, I think it's time. Yes, Fatman Ralphie, download that game and you can be in, hopefully, with our next one. Here we go. We're starting up, folks, finally. Woo! We are off, and arranged team. Yes, that's right. Come on. Now, there we are. There it is. Match found. Of course you found a match. We're all ready to rock and roll. And Garen is getting locked in. There he is, my usual little champion there. Let's have a look at some of these. Hello, Henry the Bear. Good to see you, my friend. Jinx McNinja. Good to see you as well. Been a while indeed. Just finally got my internet back recently. Hopefully we'll get to join in a Final Fantasy 14. Oh, we'd love to have you over there. I'm sure Catella would love to see you as well. Reggie is a unicorn, says Psycho. Yes, she is a unicorn. Now let's have a look and see who's picking who. Trundle. Whoa, I haven't seen Trundle for such a long time. Melee fighter. At all. Sorry, not such a long time. That is Epic God of Chaos. We've got Al Natural, who is chosen Twisted Fate. Awesome looking character there, by the way. That's the ranged assassin. We've got... Who else have we got here? Reggie. And Reggie has... Oh, are you going to go with Misfortune?
I think I am. I think I am today.
Oh, sounds good. I think Tallahassee was playing that. And yes, White Wizard 1, Sambo, our fates are intertwined. Do I get the reference? Absolutely I do. That's from my wonderful my Worgen mage, of course, on our WoW Let's Play. Augie is playing Teemo. Hey, Teemo. Do you know what? I was somewhere the other day and I saw the most amazing in real life Teemo beanie. That's right, folks. A Teemo beanie. It was the most awesome thing. Had the little glasses there, the little goggles on the top of it. It was just amazing. Now, don't freak out, folks. As you know, in about 5 seconds, as I'm checking the chat there. All right, yeah, in 5 seconds or so, you are going to get a black screen. That is absolutely normal, folks. Do not panic. That is normal because, of course, League of Legends switches its screen, and that means that we lose the screen for a while. It's just the way it is. So let's add ourselves in a screen region. There we go. You're seeing all the behind the scenes now. We don't mind. And we're up and running. There we go. All right, so let's have a recap and see who's in this hopefully epic match. We've got myself on Garen. We've got Reggie on Miss Fortune. That'll be very interesting. I like Miss Fortune. We've got Epic God of Chaos on Trundle there. Twisted Fate being played by Our Natural, and Recon, the skinned Teemo, being played by Augie. So that's 3 characters we don't see very often, so thanks very much, guys. Let's go down the bottom here and see who we're up against tonight. We've got Malphite, we've got Graves, we've got Swain, we've got Wukong and Shyvana. Reggie, I don't know about you, but I've got a bit of a sigh of relief because there's no Fiddlesticks. Do you think they're going to go easy on us for our first match? What do you reckon?
Look, no, they're still gonna.
They're still going to trounce us. Still going to trounce us, even though we've got Reggie's army, as Tigerhawk Rosebud is saying in the chat there. Go Reggie's army, you can do it. And we've got Bazza M2204, hello there, and Nathan Let's Plays. Hey Sambo, listening to this while on the SWOTOR server. Good stuff. Hope everything's going well over there, by the way. I do miss that game. And we've got Craziest of Rabbits. Big hello to you. Hi guys, how are you? What did you miss? You missed nothing. All you missed was me giving Reggie a hard time. You're going to have to watch it on the channel. That's my favourite part of the evening, by the way, is giving her a hard time. Alright, here we go, folks. We'll do a quick recap of the rules of Dominion in case you don't remember. Firstly, you start off with a lot of money compared to Summoner's Rift, and I'm going to buy up large. And of course, Reggie is the queen of shopping. She will have purchased before the window even came up. We've got 2 scores up the top here, 500 and 500. That in the green, the enemy is in red. The first 1 to 0 loses the match. How does it work? Well, if we have a look around here, you can see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 capture points. Basically, we have to go out and capture as many of them as possible. And of course, the one who has the most captured is dominating the map. So if we have 1, 2 and 3 and the enemy have 2, that means that their ticker is going to go down faster than ours. So the more of these points that you capture, the slower your points go down, the faster the enemies go down. That is the whole point. In the meantime, of course, you have to be fighting all the enemies and the minions. The same rules apply. Fight the enemies, last kill the minions, and you get XP and gold. And here we are capturing, and you can see, of course, anything that is ours is green, and you can see they're flashing. That means they're being captured. There go the enemies all up to the top there, and you can see they're going to come in touch with Epic God of Chaos. Let's head ourselves over to the 5 o'clock one. There's going to be an epic battle up the top. You can see Epic God of Chaos is trying his best there, but boy, he's going to be outnumbered more than anything else. You can see Reggie and I have already come up against Malphite Bot here, so I'm going to spin to win on him. Reggie, you took a big hit there. Goodness me.
I did. I must admit, I think I'm a little bit distracted tonight.
Well, you're not.
Well,
you've got Bubbers on the mind. You know, I'm not surprised.
Oh, no. He's tucked up in bed somewhere in the house, I'm sure. No, I'm just looking at how this game looks at the moment. It's
yeah. Oh, yes, actually, we're going to talk about that. Yeah, good point, actually. Good point. And, yes, big waves to you, Catella. Here comes Reggie. Look at this. We're capturing this turret. There we go. So just before we talk about that, because I do want to mention this, it's very exciting news for Reggie, and I need to go pick up a health pack in the middle, by the way. We also, by the way, folks, you can see that anything that's red or that is glowing red means that they're capturing it or have captured it. So you can see at the moment the score up the top is 480 to 464. There's Augie. Hello, Augie. And we are currently in the lead. And now you can see, folks, it's gone 1, 2, 3. Oh no, you can see we are 1, 2, 3 greens against 2 of the reds. That means, of course, that we are dominating. I'm going to get killed here. I'm going to try and kite these guys away so that they can't capture. And there we are. I am dead. And that means I'm just going to go and buy some stuff, which is quite okay by me. Love me some shopping. Yes. Now, the other thing, by the way, folks, we refer to these as, and there's, by the way, Our Natural and Epic God of trying to take back 12 o'clock up the top there. Here comes Augie, and Wukong is going in, and well done, guys. That was a great play up there. We refer these to as a like a clock face. So we've got 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock down here, and 9 o'clock there. If you ever hear me say the 9 o'clock or the 7 or whatever, that is what I am referring to, by the way. Alright, Reggie, so you died there as well. I saw you coming out of the home base there. Everything okay?
I did.
Who killed you? Do you remember?
Yeah, I think it was Malphite.
Yeah, I hate Malphite. Seriously, I hate him with a passion. Alright, so here he is again, and of course we're trying to kite them in here, folks, for two reasons. One, because we'll get healed, but if they follow us in here, they will actually get zapped by our enemies, by our base's defences. And so it's quite a cool little trick. Sometimes you can fool the bots, although they don't seem to be falling for it today. Now, where's the rest of the team?
No, they're not playing so stupid today.
No, they're not, are they? There's Epic God of Chaos there, laning down to the 5 o'clock, and you can see is desperately trying to take that one back as well. Let's get in here and see if we can take out Graves' bot, because really, Reggie, we really want to take back this 7 o'clock. Oh, and I got completely owned them. Dear oh dear, we really want to take back this 7 o'clock, don't we? It's kind of a key one because it's right outside our front door. It's kind of embarrassing that we don't have it. Let's go watch what everyone else is doing. But Reggie, you and this Epic God of Chaos up against Wukong bot. Let's stay on them and see how this battle goes. And oh no, Swainbot has appeared out of the bushes there. That is bad news. You can see that Epic God of Chaos is making a run for it, and that's the best thing in this situation. You can see he's actually running past the 3 o'clock there, which is kind of handy as well, because that is in enemy hands. Maybe once that battle's over, he'll be able to calm down and sneak in there and take that one back. But I'm going to head up here with our Naturel to the 12 o'clock. We can see we've got Timo being played by Augie is already heading up there as well. Where's Reggie? Are you dead at the moment?
I am. I thought I'd, gonna have a little lie down.
Yeah, well, that's fair enough. But now, speaking of lying down, I mean, I see that Miss Fortune has been lying down a bit in this match. Is she very squishy?
I think she's starting off a bit squishy, but I'm hoping she gets stronger really soon.
Yeah, well, she's definitely a ranged character, right? And hello there, Sanu777. Good to see you. Red Ace 191. G'day, my friend. Yeah, so she's definitely ranged later on, though, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I mean,
we know you love your ranged characters.
Ranged spells.
Well, I mean, you are Reggie the Ranger. Let's face it.
They don't seem to be very effective.
well, actually, you know what? Speaking of ranged, have you thought about what you're going to be playing in terms of a class or a race in Guild Wars 2 yet?
Oh, look, I haven't really. It's more a case of when I sort of log in, I go for whatever I think looks pretty.
Yeah, look, I'm unfortunately the same.
In one of the beta weekends, I actually tried the new race, the I want to say Slovene, but that's
the Silvari.
Silvari, that's it.
That's the one.
And they're really pretty, and their starting world is amazing.
Yeah. Look, I agree with you. Artistically, they're kind of like the elf, you know what I mean, like the elf stereotype, I reckon, anyway, in the game. The nature-loving, plants.
Yeah, and I actually started up one of those elementalists, and then elementalist in that race, and so pretty.
Well, it's funny you should say that, because I've been thinking about it a little bit, and of course we get asked all the time, what race are you going to play, what class are you going to play. I mean, you're a big fan of elementalists in Guild Wars 1, right?
I am, yes.
Yep, so I am as well. I mean, my very first character in Guild Wars 1, back when it released, like, 6 years ago or so now, and by the way, I'm dropping Garrison here, folks, don't worry, was an elementalist. I'm thinking of actually going a human Ellie, because the human Ellie does the dance, everybody shuffling now. So, I just think that's pretty funny. But a human elementalist actually looks pretty cool. I've played a lot of that in the beta and really enjoyed it. But Silvari would be my second choice, without a doubt. But my question for you, Reggie, and perhaps, perhaps for those in the chat room, let's just quickly scan over here and see what's happening. Reggie is making a run for 7 o'clock. We're going to come and help you there. And there's Augie and our Naturel coming into the same spot. So we're going to run down there. If you did a Silvari and I did a human, that means we're not going to be in the same starting area, right?
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that we probably should coordinate that if we think we're going to be having a series. And by the way, hello, Zam, the man, 56. Good to see you. Nice that you made it there. Good stuff. Thank you very much. And Tigerhawk Rosebud is agreeing with us there, saying that the Silvari are very pretty. Yes, couldn't agree more. While I run up there, let's quickly scan down the chat. Tigerhawk Rosebud, I'm thinking about Silvari, says Catella, but the little people. Oh, the little people are the Asura, by the way, Catella. They're very cool. And of course, Catella, we know she loves the little people because she plays a little Lalafell in our Final Fantasy 14 Let's Play series. So, so, so cute. So, but yes, Reggie, we're going to have to coordinate ourselves, aren't we?
Yeah, well, I think, well, I mean, that's the wonderful thing about Guild Wars is you're not sort of locked into having to play any tune to a certain level before unlocking more spot slots or something to be able to create another tune. So, you know, you could have one of every race right from the beginning.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. But I guess if we're going to be questing and leveling up together, I guess we should probably coordinate that to some extent.
Yeah, it'd be the same race.
Yeah, probably. And by the way, Sushi and Princess Reggie, she's got to leave now. So sorry, we'll see you guys in Guild Wars 2. We will indeed, Sushi. Hope to see you there. And oh my lord! Ah! Getting attacked! Augie, help me, Augie! You're my only hope. Yeah, okay, alright, maybe not. That makes me sound like a little princess. I think I'm just going to die because... Oh, come on. Let's see if we can exhaust him. Oh, and I did die. That's right. I deliberately wanted to die so I could come back to the shop and get the force of nature, baby. That's right. It's the force of nature. Do you believe that I deliberately died? I don't think Reggie believes me.
No,
but,
not at all.
Anyway. Now, speaking of Reggie, let's see if we can find her. There's the Epic God of Chaos. Who have we got down here? Here she is. She's coming to rescue our Naturel, who is on one last sliver of health there. And well done, Reggie. You actually kited him off there. That's actually a really good team thing to do.
I did, yes. Sacrificed some of myself.
That's right. Sacrificed the few for the many. That is our Reggie there. And Skyfo's saying that it is very easy to travel in Guild Wars 2. Look, that's one of the things I love about it. I mean, there are times, I think we've had this discussion a number of times, both with Reggie and in fact, I think we've had it in our Guild Wars 2 series, Guild Wars 1 series, sorry, a number of times. You know, the age-old argument, Reggie, of normal travel versus swift travel. And there are a lot of people that believe that swift travel breaks immersion in a game. And, you know, Reggie and I are always arguing back, saying, well, you know, if the option's there, that's what matters, right, Reggie? I mean, it's a choice at the end of the day. Just because there's swift travel does not mean you actually have to use it. And this is what bugs me about people who get annoyed with that. It's like, well, you're the one that's using it. Just simply don't. If you'd rather gallivant across the countryside on your chocobo or your mount or whatever it might be, then just do that. Honestly, Reggie, do you agree with me?
That's a valid point. I mean, yeah, you can sort of do the whole immersion and you know, walk to, you know, the ends of the earth, but yeah, you can also say, well, you know, there is map travel available and just do it.
yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things. And look, Catella has said it perfectly there in the chat, by the way. I think you choose your level of immersion. I think the sign of a good game is if it gives... Oh my god! Ah! Epic God of Chaos, if you're expecting me to come in here and help, you are sadly mistaken, because there's like 4 champions there. What the hell? Oh my god. But, you know, I think the sign of a good game design, by the way, and we knew I was going to die there, good lordy, 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 is that, you know, at the end of the day, if it gives you that choice, that's the most important thing. And, you know, like Catella's saying there, if you want to run across the countryside, and like you were saying, Reggie, that is your choice. But sometimes, you know, we're time poor. And, you know, I think there's cause for both, Reggie, because I'm in different moods. Depending on what I've got on in my real life, the mood I'm in, it dictates how I wish to play for that particular play session. And, you know, at the end of the day, there are some days where I just really quickly want to quick travel across the landscape and get somewhere very fast because I've got a specific task to do and I've only got an hour to play. There are other days when I'm in a sightseeing mood and I want to literally travel from one edge of the zone to another, even if it takes an hour, because I want to soak in the sights and be immersed. And I think that the games that don't offer that choice are the problematic ones. And we all know that games like Final Fantasy 14, DCUO, obviously Rift, and now Guild Wars 1 and 2 clearly give you that choice, and that's what we love about them. So there we go. Now, by the way, folks, let's get back to the score. You can see we've got 151 to 122 now. This is turning turning out to be quite a close match, because you can see now we are dominating. We've got 1, 2, 3. We've got a blank up the top. It looks like, yes, Reggie's up the top there.
I just took out an upload on my own.
Oh no, I'm coming. But you actually took...
No, I did it.
You did it. Well done, Reggie. You took 12 o'clock all on your lonesome there. Well done. That is really good team play. And so you can see, folks, now we are dominating 1, 2, and 3. Let's get on down there with Reggie to 3 o'clock. Let's see who's coming across the middle. It is Epic God of Chaos. The score at the moment is definitely in our favour. It is 141 to 84. Who's down here? We've got Naturel and Augie, who are taking on Shyvana, Wukong, and we've got a stealth, another one down. Oh, they took him down. Great job, by the way, they got... Oh, and I was getting completely owned in the background there, unbeknownst to me. Let's grab some more armour there. Great stuff. All right, that'll do for the shop for me. Let's see, we are definitely winning at the moment. We've got 137 to 72. We've stopped this clock. We've got the 12, the 9, the 7, and look at that. It is our Naturel and Augie, both on just a slither of health, actually taking back the 5 o'clock there. That was a great play. Well done, guys, actually. And I think, Reggie, are we going to head over to the 3 o'clock?
That's where I'm going to head for.
Yeah, absolutely. And here we go. Bazman204 is saying, at least the swift travel thing is usually relevant to the game. And yeah, I agree completely, by the way. Now, come and get me. I'm going to try and kite these away.
Well, the way I always looked at swift travel is that, you know, it's an ability you learn, so it's kind of like a spell that you're given at some point in the game.
Yeah, I agree, and that's quite a good way of doing it, isn't it? And by the way, like Skyfo's saying, I think in answer to one of Catela's questions there, yes, you do the intro quests in the starting zone. And don't you come and steal our node, you horrible little Wukong bot. You do your quests in the starting zone, and then you can quickly travel to every zone through the, I think it's the portals, the Asura gates, or whatever it was. I can't remember what they're called now. So, you know, that's another option for us, by the way, Reggie, is that, you know, we could actually do our own little starting episodes separate of each other, I guess, and then come together once we've been through the start, or we could both start together. You know, I'm going to leave that decision up to you, I guess. But either way, folks, look, we'll definitely be on at some stage, on and off, and I will be definitely on about this weekend. And again, look on the channel if you want to know what our usernames are at the end of the day. And there we go, look at that. Unbeknownst to me, while we were typing away there, it is a GG. That is it. Our first game was a resounding victory there. Well done, guys, by the way. That was very well played. I don't think there was any doubt in that one that we were going to win. And in fact, you know what, at the end of the day, I was so nonchalant about it that I didn't even notice we were going to win there, Reggie. How terrible of me is that? But there we go. Well done. Let's have a look at these scores. We're going to be a little bit quick tonight because, again, we don't want to keep Her Royal Highness up too late, because then she'll get crabby and then I'll suffer from it, by the way. And there we go. Catella is saying that she's off to work now. I think, gosh, the chat. You guys talk so much in chat, which is great, but it just flies by. Where did it go there? Oh, there you go. Off to work. Have fun all. Congrats again on the little one, Reggie. She says, catch you all later. Take care. And Catella, we will see you when we film our Final Fantasy 14 episodes, by the way. Have a great day at work. And there we go. Wonderful comeback for the first match, says MG Swift Illusion. And Citrine is saying that he's requested. Okay, cool. I will add some more players in just a second. And Epic Face Gamer, I'm not sure if you saw Sambo, but I am Assassin's Creed Lover 86. Yes, I did know that, by the way. And have I played Darksiders 2 yet? No, I haven't. I got Sleeping Dogs instead for the Xbox, by the way. And yes, oh yeah, actually look, Skyfo's actually come up with quite a good idea. We could actually record separate starting videos. I'm not sure if Reggie is set up to do any game recording. Maybe you can, are you set up to do that, Reggie?
I don't know. What do I need to record with?
There you go. That's the answer to that question. But maybe you could. Maybe that's something we could.
I've got fraps.
Yeah, that's all you need. That's all you need. Well, what do you guys think? I don't know. Let us know in the chat, because if you guys are unanimous about this, it might change the start of our Let's Play. Because Reggie and I were talking about it earlier, and it's like, well, do we, you know, do separate things, and do I just go and do a character creator episode and get all that out of the way and then meet up with Reggie for episode number 2, for example? Or do we have Reggie with us from day one? And of course, you won't see her character while I'm doing all my character stuff. But there's a third option. Maybe we force Reggie to do a little bit of an episode of her own character creation, and then maybe in the second or third episode we come together. I don't know. Let us know in the chat what you guys think. And yes, that was a GG, by the way. Very good game there. Let's quickly have a look at the grid, have a look at the scores here, and you can see there we go, 1900, 13, 13, 12. Okay, we all had very respectable scores there, by the way, and you can pause the video right now if you're watching this after the live stream if you want to check out the stats. Let's have a look at the graph very quickly there. We've got everyone capturing points except me. Look at that. I captured way less than everybody else. Well done to the rest of the team there, by the way. Augie, Epic God of Chaos, Our Natural, and Reggie. Let's have a look at the champion kills there, and wow, Augie with 20. That was amazing. Good Lord. Well done, my friend. Healing done, and that was, yes, Epic God of Chaos. Thank you very much for all those heals. What I want to see is, yeah, this captured one, though. That, to me, says that everybody kind of did their part in the game there, and that's what we love to see. Let's have a look at the total score to finish that off. And there we go. Apart from Augie, who was way out in the front with 1900, the rest of us were hovering around the 12 or 1300 mark. So good game there. My thanks again to Augie, Epic God of Chaos, and Our Natural for a great first game. Let's quickly go to all of our chat here. Hello there, Zipedia. Good to see you. Link for Life. And saying, I hope this does not distract you too much, but I have an idea for a guild name, and that is Reggie's Army. What do you reckon about that, Reggie?
I think I can incorporate that.
Yeah, there you go. All right, she's going to incorporate that as feedback in her decision. Let's see, what do we got here? MG Swift Illusion is saying, I think it would be a shame for you to be separated at the beginning, but it's up to how you both feel about it, really. Thank you very much. And Linked for Life is saying, that would be interesting, filming both starting zones. The only problem is linking each other's video in the description. I'm sure we'd get around that. And ROM1 is saying there that they prefer the concept of Darksiders 2. Yeah, I'm playing Darksiders 1 through again at the moment, just to sort of get back into that whole headspace there. All right, what else is everyone saying here? Boiled potato. Why was Reggie a bit distracted by the graphics at the start? Did she get a new computer, or did I just miss the explanation? Oh, yes, you know what? You've just reminded me. That's what I wanted to talk about. But before we do that, let's just quickly say hello. Have you done the skin yet? No, I haven't, and we're not going to be able to do it tonight either, Henry. I'm so sorry. What else? We've got Pink Kittens. Hello there, Pink Kittens. Good game, says Skyfo. And yes, I'm going to add, look at that, we've got Boogie Man. Hello to you. We've got Beavis. Hello, Beavis. And we've got, who's that? That is Stiffy Pro. Hello, we'll add you as well. Now, Reggie, very shortly we're going to have a quick break and we're going to show a video for tonight. But before we do, speaking of graphics, you must tell all of our wonderful viewers here what has happened in the Lacerta household recently.
Well, it all started with a wee accident.
And that's literally a Wii, as a Nintendo Wii, right?
Yes, where a Wii controller was accidentally hurled through our TV. And the TV was very hurriedly replaced, might I add. So the evening after the TV was replaced, Meatball's monitor started developing red lines down it.
Right. Right.
So the decision was made, look, we've gone out and bought a new TV, let's go out and buy new monitors, because his was having, red lines and looking all quite distracted. And for those of you who watch my live stream, they know that I only got a 4:3 monitor.
Yes, you're playing the good old school. Old school aspect ratio.
Yeah. Well, I've now got this brand new lovely widescreen monitor, and it is so big. I can't see the whole thing at any given time.
So it's like you actually have peripheral vision now. Well, that's great news. Congratulations. Yeah. You've actually got a widescreen monitor now. So hang on. Does that mean that on your Guild Wars live stream, you're actually going to be able to fill the whole Twitch window now, rather than it being all boarded? Oh, my Lord. Oh,
isn't that bizarre?
God. Well, congratulations. You deserve it.
But
that
it's also
great.
Weird because my current monitor, well, I mean, for the last few years, the monitor, not the monitor, the desktop pictures have always been photographs that I've taken myself. And they don't fill the screen anymore.
That's right. You'll see big borders over them. Well, look, welcome to the 2000s, by the way. Next we're going to have to migrate
Yeah, no, I
you.
finally caught up with 10 years ago.
Well, yeah, she only just got a smartphone, and now we're just going to have to wrench her out of MySpace, and then we'll be all done. Let's go to the chat room here quickly. We've got Jai, who is saying, hey there, Sambo and Reg, got some news for you. As of yesterday, I've got my dragon egg that I made home with me, and it looks pretty. That is, you know what, you're going to have to post some pictures on one of our community websites. We'd love to see that, by the way. And Skyfo's saying, is your TV fixed, or did you get a new one, Reggie? I think that's the replacement, isn't it?
Yeah, it was actually cheaper to replace it than it was to fix.
Yeah,
Isn't it a sad world we live in?
And look, yeah, Link for Life is saying Wii is the biggest safety issue in gaming. I totally agree there. What else have we got here? And congratulations, says Swift, on the new monitor. And where else is it? Oh, yes, here we go. Sanu777 is saying that's the consequences of Reggie rage quitting on the Wii. That's right. The remote is flung at the television, absolutely. And yes,
Well,
Fatman Ralph.
I just love the fact that the Wii was put through the children's TV, like the one the children watch, not so much the one TV that we watch. The red lines appeared on my husband's monitor, not mine. Yet I get a new monitor as well.
Oh my God! Oh well, it just. I know how you do that. You just bat your eyelids and you flash that smile of yours, and suddenly everything in the world is yours. That's how she works in real life, by the way, folks. She does it to me. Look, last time we went out for cupcakes and a cup of tea, it was, she was meant to be taking me out. Who ended up paying for it? Me. That's right. She twists you around as a witchery.
Oh yeah, and I got given a free cupcake by the person at the shop.
Exactly. It's just, you've got this. You cast this spell over people. Anyway, back in 2000, says the person who is using Vista. Al Natural, you're off my Christmas card list. That's a very good comment, by the way. All right, folks. That was that match. Well done. Remember, we've got one more to go, but before we do, let's take a quick break so that Reggie can go check on Bubba and so that I can go get myself some sugar because I need some. You know what? I think we've been talking about Guild Wars 2 so much, by the way, tonight, Reggie. I dragged out an old trailer. I found an old trailer for Guild Wars, and let's go and cue that up. There it is. This was actually released, get this, on August the 20th. Now, hang on. What's the date today, Reggie? We're about August the 20th, aren't we?
The 24th of August.
Right. So we're August 2012. The sad thing is, I remember this Guild Wars 2 teaser trailer being released, and I know because I spammed my Twitter with it and stuff, and I actually put it in my favorites, and that's how I found it again tonight. And this was back on August the 20th, 2009. 2009. This is 3 years old to the day almost. It's amazing. And look, it's just incredible to see what this looks like. But you know what I love the most about this trailer, guys, is the music and the visuals, of course. But the music by Jeremy Soule, one of my favorite game composers of all time. And of course, all the old themes, Reggie, that have come through from Guild Wars 1 soundtrack are still existent in this. So here we go, folks. This is a few minutes of the very, very first Guild Wars 2 teaser trailer. We've come full circle here. It is about to be released tomorrow, and Reggie and I couldn't be any more excited. Sit back and enjoy this while we go take a break, and we'll be back after this for our second and final League of Legends match for the evening. Enjoy.
Tyria. The dragons have always been here, sleeping deep beneath the earth, beneath the sea, waiting for the time to rise. "100 years ago, the drowned empire of War rose from the sea at a dragon's command. A dragon whose name is written in the legends of the dwarves. A dragon known as Zaitan. His soulless armies surge from the waters, hungry for destruction. Our ancestors fought against the tide, but Zaitan's power was too great. We have learned from those defeats. We learned that no single nation can fight alone and succeed. The 5 races must stand together against their enemies and refuse to surrender. Heroes come together in glory, discovering new magic, new technology that will save our world. It is time for legends to become real. Now is the time. Claim your destiny. Forge your legend.
And there you go, folks. Yes, you are welcome. It is absolutely amazing, isn't it? That was the Guild Wars 2 original trailer. And I don't know, if that doesn't make you pumped for the game, I honestly don't know what will. And by the way, Tezza the Tool says, am I the only person who wants to type something so Sambo mentions the comment? Well, there you go, you got your wish there. And Link for Life is saying, is it me or does the person sound like Jennifer Hale? I couldn't agree more. It definitely sounds like Jennifer Hale. If you ask me, Epic Face Gamer, that is Guild Wars 2 is what it is. So I think judging by all the comments in the channel while that was playing, you guys agree that that is a pretty epic sort of trailer there. Reggie, had you ever seen that trailer before?
I hadn't seen it before, no. Well,
there you
pretty
go.
awesome looking though.
But don't you love, by the way, don't you just love how the, like I say, the themes in the music there that are in the Guild Wars 1 music, you know, they come through in the Guild Wars 2 trailer there. I just, like, sent shivers down my spine. I seriously, I just can't wait. I am itching to get in and play tomorrow, and I hope you guys are as well. And don't forget, by the way, folks, that if you purchase Guild Wars 2, it's just the same as Guild Wars 1. Reggie, what's the story with the monthly subscription?
The story with the monthly subscription is there isn't.
There isn't one. There isn't one. There you go. And hello there, Tezza the Tool. That's right, it did work. Remember, folks, you buy the game once, that is it. There is no monthly subscription in Guild Wars 2, just like there is Guild Wars 1. Excuse me, losing my voice. By the way, to answer the other question that we get asked 100 billion jagillion times, no, we're not going to uninstall Guild Wars 1. Yes, we're going to stop the Guild Wars 1 series, and that's going to be replaced by Guild Wars 2. But don't worry, I know Reggie, and whenever there's a festival in Guild Wars 1, we will be yanked back into the original Ascalon quicker than you can say. Sambo is the most amazing healer in all of Ascalon, and we will be there filming for events. So don't worry.
I don't believe I've ever said that.
For those of you guys who haven't, by the way, Twiggy Sam, no, you're not the only one that doesn't get the pull of that game. No, it's a personal thing. Some people love it, some people don't. But look, if for those of you left behind in Guild Wars 1, don't worry. We will be back from time to time, and we will try and capture you on film whenever there's an event or something like that. All right, so Reggie, now that we're pumped for Guild Wars 2, how about we have our second and final match of League of Legends? Are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay, here we go. Here we are. It is a co-op versus AI. It is Dominion. It is the Crystal Scar. And it is intermediate. No, I'm just joking. It's beginner for us noobs. Us noobs here. Here we go. Let's find Her Royal Highness in the list. There she goes. Let's invite her. And hopefully she'll accept our game. Honestly, it's not intermediate. I was just kidding. There we go. Reggie and Sambo. And now...
I did double check.
Yeah. Now we're going to go down and one Bob Fish 1. Hello to you. Now, our Natural, I think, was in the first match and Augie was as well. Is that right?
That's right.
There we go. That means that Boogeyman, you can be in. Doglove 98, Etonator, Henry the Bear, good to see you. IMG AZA, Jinx McNinja, gosh, I nearly said a bad word then. Liam Face, Linked for Life, Swift Illusion, Pink Kittens, Psycho Skyfo, Sanu777, Stiffy Pro, Support Every Pony, Zed Altos, and no. There's a limit. I am so sorry, guys. There's a limit to how many you can invite. 15 out of 15. I'm so sorry, Zen and Zepedia. You don't get... Oh, that's awful. I feel really bad. Reggie, with your amazing elephantine memory, do you think perhaps that we could make a mental note somewhere that Zen Altos and Zepedia 13 weren't able to get in this week and we can drop them in next week? What do you reckon?
I can make a note. It was Zen Altos and who else?
Zen Altos and Zepedia 13.
I have made a note.
There we go. All done. So sorry about that, guys. You will be in next week, though. No problems. All right. Let's invite these players. And while that's happening, let's go over to the chat room here. And yes, definitely Volcano Sniper. You should try out League of Legends because it is free. It is free as a bird. You got no excuse not to. And Bazza M2204 is saying, I'm really now interested in Guild Wars 2. I was thinking about getting it, but I don't know if you had to pay a sub. But now that I know that you don't, I might get it. And there you go. Go on. I highly recommend it. Because all you're paying, if you don't like it, is the price of the game. And believe me, it's actually really cheap to buy as well. So there you go. No one can say that, Sambo, says Nathan here. And what's Link for Life saying? Might pick up a copy of the game once my new video card comes in. Do you know if you need to have played Guild Wars 1 to get the story in 2? That's a really good question there, Link for Life 199. I've got an answer, and my answer is, like any game, you'll get caught up pretty quickly. It does help. There's a lot of references. In fact, the games are pretty much like following on from each other. One is set in the future of the other, i.e. 2, and there's a thing in there called the Hall of Monuments, which kind of links the two together. But Reggie, what would you say to someone who says, do you have to really have played Guild Wars 1 to enjoy Guild Wars 2? What do you think the answer is?
Look, I don't think you will necessarily have to play Guild Wars 1 to get Guild Wars 2, because what I have played of Guild Wars 2, you do sort of start with a pretty beginner storyline. Like the storyline sort of, does get you into... Yeah.
Well, it sort of catches you up, doesn't it? I mean, it's not too bad. There we go. Support Every Pony is saying, hope to see you on Guild Wars 2. Hope to see you there as well. Good luck, have fun in your next match. Thank you very much. Stiffy Pro is saying hello. Hello to you, my friend. And Boogeyman is saying, oh, yeah, you got on. Well done. Now you just have to let me play a game with you all. And look at that. You got in. How's that? So there we are. Henry the Bear. We got Etonator and Boogeyman. And we are ready to go, I think. Here we go. Starting up the game. As we run out of time, yes, we know that you found a match, you silly PvP.net. Of course you found a match, because it is just us
to the
there.
fields of justice.
Alright, there we go. I've got myself Garen, and I know all you guys get sick of me playing Garen, but you do not want to see me playing on another champion. Seriously, because I suck, basically. As at the end of the day, it would be the most frustrating thing in the world. Volcano Sniper, the game is starting right now. And Thorax D12 is saying, hey Sambo, do you know any of the roles in Guild Wars 2? Yes, I do. You got Necromancers, you got Elementalists, you got Guardians, your typical sort of stuff, if you like. If you go to guildwars2.com, they've got great FAQs up there, and you can scroll through all the classes and races on their very pretty site. Alright, so here we go. ReginaLacerta is, of course, Ash, our wonderful ranger there. That is what we think of when we think of Reggie. In fact, I've got to remember to ask you a question in a moment. Malphite there as well, who is a melee fighter, and that's being played by Henry the Bear. We've got Etonator, who is playing Janna. We like Janna, and that's the ranged support class, of course. A lot of heals coming out there. And Boogeyman, who is playing Jin Xiao. Yes, the screen will go black, by the way, folks. Now, we were talking before, Reggie, about the classes and races. We're talking about races, so we know that you're kind of interested in a Sylvari. Are you interested in humans at all, by the way?
Oh, I'm quite interested in humans, yes.
Yeah, because, of course, you know, I think we forget that in Guild Wars 1, all we had was human. Pretty much. I mean, you know, you couldn't really play any creatures. So that's a big difference, of course, for Guild Wars 2. But when it comes to classes, I mean, you know, I'm not going to ask you which one you're going to choose. But, and yes, Gangplank, we have thought about playing 5v5 with our fans. We did it a couple of times, but it didn't go too well. I'm not sure why. It didn't go, yeah, we just didn't like it. And, you know, when it comes to classes...
It felt a bit weird, sort of going after and...
yeah.
Beating on people that you're sort of
who we like
talking to.
Yeah, so we don't like that.
Yeah, it felt weird.
Yeah, we just don't really like the feel of it, so we prefer to do this. By the way, again, Garen is me, Ash, the Ranger Reggie there, Glacial, Skinned Malphite there on Henry the Bear. We've got Etonator playing Jenna. We've got Boogeyman playing Jin Xiao. Down the bottom, we've got another Jin Xiao bot. We've got Shavana bot. We've got Melsa Ha. We've got Tristana. And damn it, we've got Ramus. But at least we don't have Fiddlesticks. Anyhow, while Henry loads, and we know that Henry takes a while to load, and that is quite okay, because it's a pleasure having you along, Henry. Reggie, so if you had to choose a top couple of classes that you are kind of sort of thinking about, I mean, I'm guessing that Elementalist is going to be in there. Would that be right? For Guild Wars 2, I mean.
Oh, yeah, look, Elementalist and Necromancers are definitely favourites of mine where it comes to spellcasters.
Yeah.
But I do have a soft spot in my heart for a Ranger as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there's new professions available in Guild Wars 2.
Yeah.
And though they're probably not in my normal, like, you know, preferring a ranged, I'm still curious about how they would play.
Yeah. Yeah, well, this is the thing. I mean, you know, it's a new MMO. So even if we, you know, like step out of our comfort zones, so, you know, you know and I know that you prefer ranged classes. You are a ranger. But, you know, and I prefer casters or tanks or healers. You know, because it's new, I'm always willing to try out new classes, because let's face it, at the end of the day, Guild Wars 2 really mixes things up in terms of it's kind of breaking that traditional Holy Trinity MMO thing. I mean, you can... It sort of turns it on its head, you know. So playing a class that you wouldn't normally is going to be different, I think, in Guild Wars 2 than it is in, say, Rift or WoW or any other game, you know. So I always like to try them all out, even if I don't think I'm going to like it. Like, for example, I generally don't play roguish characters, you know, in any games. I don't really like the whole stealthy, sneaky, stabbity thing. But, you know, if there's an equivalent of that in Guild Wars 2, will I give it a go? Absolutely, because it could play completely differently, you know. So I think it's fair to say,
Well,
Reggie,
I think there is Thief.
Yeah.
In Guild Wars 2.
I think you're right. There is, actually. You're 100% right. So I think that, you know, I'd say by the end of next week, I'll have at least rolled one of every single type of race and class, just at least played a couple of levels through just to get the retail feel of it, you know, because we don't know how much it's going to change from beta as well. And by the way, folks, that's why you haven't seen any footage, is because we don't like to sort of stream footage stuff or record it, because it's always going to change before release. Okay, so let's do some shopping, and of course no point trying to catch up with Reggie doing hers. She will have bought out the entire shop already. But here we go. Who we got here? It is myself. We've got Henry the Bear, Boogeyman, Etonator, and who's that? Oh, that's me. Funny that. It's me. So just a quick recap, by the way, folks, if you're new to Dominion. Again, we've got 2 scores up the top, 500, 500. The first 1 to 0 loses the match. We've got to capture these 5 points around here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We refer to them as 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 7 and 9. And obviously we're sort of emulating the points on a clock face there, so you can know what we're talking about. Whoever has the most of these points captured on the map, so 3 out of 5 or 4 out of 5, they are in a position of domination, and that causes your enemy's ticker to go down faster. So the point here is to kill, but it is also to try and dominate the map. Now, just to recap on our last game, we won that convincingly with about 130 to 40 odd points up our sleeve. There we go, we're off. So let's see if we can emulate that in this one, and of course we are still playing on the easy mode. We're not actually playing 3 matches tonight, so we don't get a chance to go through and play on the hard mode, which I think Reggie is going to be very happy about. So there we go. We've already captured 2. You can see up the top here, the bots are already heading up the top there with Boogeyman, who is going to be up against Shyvana, Jin Xiao, and Malhazar, and you can see, yeah, he's done the wise thing there, and he is running away, and there's Etonator and Boogeyman now going in. They're going to be 2 on 3, so that could be an interesting battle. Let's go over here and help Henry the Bear, who is capturing a point. So let's see if we can get this, and you can see we're currently dominating here. 1, 2, 3. There we go. 1, 2, 3. And it looks like there's a very epic battle going on up the top there, and Etonator and Boogeyman still have full health, so they have done very, very well indeed. That is good. And in fact, let's see if we can cover that off. Look at that. We've actually got 4, 5. All 5 of the enemy champions are up the top there. That's not a very good move for them, by the way, because that means they're exposing the rest of the map up to us. And look, in the middle here, you can see that Henry the Bear is making a beeline, probably over to Jin Xiao over here. And in the meantime, we've now got 1, 2, 3, and 4. We have 4 points captured. This is not a good start for the bots. That is very unusual of them, although you can see now the score is 486 to 454 in our favour, which is good. And there we go, Jai452 in the chat room saying good luck, guys. And GibbsFan19, whoa, I got to get out of here. Got to get out of here because I got a Tristana on me, and look at that, she's leapt in. I knew she was going to do that, you horrible rotter. Let's take this back, and at least we got him there, and we're going to die, but that's okay. Oh, and here comes Reggie. Hello, Reggie. Did you die?
I did indeed.
Dear, oh dear. At least you were coming in to try and support me. I noticed, and I appreciate it. That's the main thing. Here we go, buying up some gear, by the way. And Aerosmith Court is saying, I'm playing SWOTOR right now. Good, I hope you're enjoying that. There we go, Henry the Bear is still taking on... You know what, Reggie? This is what blows my mind, is that these fantastic players that we have here, they quite regularly take on 2 or 3 champions at a time. How do they do that? I can't handle 1. Is it just because we're so terrible?
Oh, I know. We're just such rotten players.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. But hey, we have fun. At the end of the day, that is all that matters. And Volcano Sniper is saying, Sambo, have you heard of Snipe? Yes, I'm playing Snipe. Smite. And yeah, it's taking me a little bit to get used to, but I don't mind it at all. I don't mind it. I don't think it's in the same league as League of Legends, but it's definitely lots of fun. There we go. Look at that. Boogeyman is just hanging on with a couple of health points there. We've got Henry the Bear taking on Malhazar, and we're about to capture this. Just before Tristana comes in, let's see if we can actually take down Tristana. Let's pop our garrison here, which of course is going to boost us right near our very own capture point. Here comes Reggie, and look at that. Tristana saw you coming in there, Reggie, and ran away like a little Sambo. And I think that was a wise move on their behalf, because you are deadly at range. And there you go, proving it indeed. Well done. Thank you for your support there. That was awesome. But you can see someone has come in now to try and sneak out 5 o'clock here. Who is that? Oh my Lord! There's 2 of them, so it's going to be 2 on 2, Reggie. Can we do it? No, I'm nearly dead. I am dead.
There was 3 of them, and they got me.
Yep, they sort of sliced through us like we were butter, pretty much. That didn't go too well at all. Whoopsie-dee. Yeah, never mind. We'll just pretend that didn't go. There we go. All right, let's have a look around the map now and see what's going on. We've got Etonator and Henry the Bear taking on Shyvana Bot and Malhazar Bot. But you can see, folks, we are 1, 2, 3 over here. There we go. We are dominating. In fact, look at this, Reggie. If we can make it down here to the 7 o'clock and stop these captures, then we are actually dominating the map true and proper. And you can see this reflected in the scores. Guys, we've got 444 to 320, and good shot there, Reggie, by the way. That actually peeled him off me and allowed us to actually kill him there. So, great move then. You can see the 3 of us here are definitely taking... Look how fast that is going around, folks. That is a capture. And here comes Ramus, who is trying to upset our plans here of map domination. And we are not going to let him get away with that. Not at all. There we go. But you can see they've left these other 2 exposed. We've got the 3 o'clock and the 5 o'clock, which are ripe for the taking, as is 12 o'clock. By the way, as I pan up the top there, this could be a bit of a shoe-in for us. Now, Fatman Ralphie is saying he's got an off-topic question. Will you be getting Pokemon Black and White too? Absolutely. I will definitely be getting that. In fact, I've already pre-ordered it, so there you go. Alright, so how does it feel, by the way, Reggie, playing with your favourite? All good?
Oh, it's like, you know, getting home after a hard day at work.
Yeah, right, like sitting down in front of an open fire. It's like that familiar feeling. There we go, Etonator just hanging on for dear life. There was one, oh, there we go, nice heal coming in, well done. And see if they can take down shit. Oh, and he bought the farm there, dear oh dear. Okay, this is tough, I'm not sure where to go. I think we're going to follow Reggie, no, who's that boogeyman up the top there. I might head to 12 o'clock. You can see we've got somebody, oh, 2 of them down there trying to get back the 7 o'clock. This is a very close game, by the way, at the moment, and you can see, look, the map has turned on its head, folks. You can see we've got 1, 2, 3 of the points now are completely dominated by the enemy, and that is desperately bad because, you know, with our scores being so even, that means, oh, and they're completely, look at that, they've got 4 to 1 now. This is bad news. Oh dear, oh dear. All right, well, at least they've left the rest of them exposed so we can head on out. Now, I can't see many people. Reggie, did a whole bunch of you guys die all at once then?
Oh, I actually just managed to get back into the base, and a minion followed me.
Oh, did they get zapped?
Oh, yeah, I love watching them get zapped.
Yeah. It's funny when you drag
so stupid.
When you drag them in there and it's like, you dumb, you dumb bot.
Yeah.
Oh dear, I'm up against Ramus here. I honestly don't think this is going to go too well. Oh, and they're all coming in. They've just completely ganked me. You horrible bots. Terrible. Alright, so I definitely want this Phage because that, as you can see there, is plus 225 health, which is really nice, and a whole bunch of attack damage as well. And I want to get myself this one here. There we go, 180 health. Big fan of that one. Alright, let's go around and have a look. Yeah, 291 to 282. You can see Boogeyman up the top there, chasing them down. Well done, mate. That was a great play. Down the bottom, we got Henry the Bear and ReginaLacerta, who have taken them out. Well done getting the 5 o'clock one back, by the way. How long were you fighting down there for?
Well, we managed to capture it back, and then I think I can't remember which bot came in and just took them out quite easily.
Yeah,
well, Henry
definitely.
the Bear took it out quite easily.
Very nice. And you can see we're about to take down. There we go. Ramusbot is down. That means we can recapture this point. This is a very, very close match, folks. This is going to be an interesting end to this one because you can see we're 286 to 260 in our favour. We've just gained domination as we join up with our favourite little ranger here, Regina Lacerta. And yes, definitely going to be careful. You can see a lot of the other players there signaling to be careful because we've got inbound there on the 5 o'clock. And here comes Ramus. He's definitely going to try and stop us from attacking his teammates, but I'm going to run over there and chase this guy down because that is actually going to lead me up here to the 3 o'clock, and that is exactly where I want to be. But let's see if we can take this guy down in the meantime and go on. Die. There we go. We got him. That was excellent. Now hopefully we can capture this point. And you can see we've got 1, 2, 3, and we're capturing 4, and that leaves an exposed 12 o'clock up the top there. I'm going to ping that to see if we can send someone up there. And Tristana has come and interrupted me, but Henry the Bear has kited it off there, and that is great because that means I can concentrate hopefully on recapturing this point. You can see it's very slow there as the line creeps around the side. 277 to 218 is the point, and already the map has flipped again. Reggie, this is terrible. They're actually taking them back as fast as we can capture them. It's almost like the hard mode, isn't it?
It is sort of seeming a little bit more challenging than probably, yeah.
Yeah, I honestly can't believe that this is normal mode because it feels. Oh, look out behind you, Reggie! Look out behind you! Oh dear, oh dear. Did you get killed?
Too late.
Oh, you did.
I did,
Oh,
but I go shopping.
Reggie's okay with that because she gets to go shopping. And in fact, it's probably just as well you died anyway because I saw a whole bunch of other ones coming in there to back up the bots. So there we go. Alright, so, and Skyfo is saying, Reggie, could you please take note that I didn't play yesterday? You know what, Skyfo, we've seen you in matches for a while now. I think it's definitely coming up your turn to join us in 1 or 2.
Well, I've actually got a bit of a theory.
Oh?
Because I was watching the playlist as you entered in, and then and also looking at the names of the players who have come in, and the last, I haven't got a list of players from last week, but I've got a list of players from the last few weeks, and they're all alphabetically earlier letters.
Oh, really?
Who seem to be getting in. So I'm wondering if there is sort of, as you're adding players to the list, does it actually drag the people down who are later in the alphabet than players who have... Yeah.
That's a very good point. You know what I think I should do?
Later in the alphabet.
Well, why don't I, and good observation there, Reggie, by the way, why don't I next week actually do it the other way around, and we'll add people to the invite list from the bottom of the alphabet up. What do you reckon? Okay. Now, folks, this is an... Oh, Reggie, dear oh dear. Yeah, that looked very painful.
Yeah, that had spikes on it.
Yeah, ouch. Now, by the way, folks, this is getting very tense now because... Oh, I'm dead, number 1. But it is 149 to 188, and they are currently dominating. We can see going up the top there, we've got Etonator, and who's that? That is Boogeyman. Hopefully going up to capture the 12 o'clock. I'm going to head straight over to 3 o'clock, Reggie, because I think we need that. And yes, someone's signaling down on 7 o'clock because there are definitely inbound there. And look at that, Reggie has gone down to try and take on Melhazar bot. It is getting tense now, folks. 142 to 182 in the bot's favour. Let's see if we can grab one of these power-ups while we're here. There we go, grab one of those. Always, if they're up, stop through the middle and try and grab one if you can. Here comes Etonator also down to the... Where are we going? To the 3 o'clock one. Let's see if we can take this one back. It's pretty crucial right now. Pretty much every minute that is spent in a non-dominating state now, folks, is going to not go well for us. And the opposite is true. Look at this. What a team. What a team. Look at that. We've got the 12 o'clock. We've got the 9 o'clock. We've got the 7 o'clock. We've got the 3 o'clock. And now we can head down and try and lock these guys off and take the 5 o'clock. If we can do this, then we may actually score ourselves a really nice victory. Oh! And up the top, actually, I'm going to grab that. You can see up the top, they're already trying to recapture the 3 o'clock. Reggie, they do not muck about, do they? This is amazing.
No, they're not playing to lose today.
No, and again, this is easy. Well, it's definitely not hard mode, imagine if it had been hard mode. This is terrible. Okay, we are in a great position now though. 12, 9, 5, and now we've got 7 as well. This is great. If we can keep these guys locked off, and look at this, perfect playing up the top there. Boogeyman is trying to head them off at the pass there, up at the 12 o'clock. That is exactly where he needs to go in order to stop this from falling back into the enemy hands, and it is 135 to 96 points here, and their ticker is going down very fast. And look at that, already they are down there. Down the bottom we've got Shyvana Bot, who is taking the 5 o'clock spot back from us. I'm going to head down there. Etonator is doing the same thing. Reggie is coming in here. Great play by Reggie there, going in to finish off capturing that point at 3 o'clock there, right, Reggie? That was
yeah,
perfect.
Well, I saw that it should have been mostly captured, but
yeah, but we took off because
yeah,
we wanted to.
So.
Well, we wanted to try and ramp up the captures of these other ones here, and you can see that is great supportive play there from Reggie, who knew exactly what we were doing, could read her teammates, and she went in there to finish that one off. And of course, similar thing here. Now we've taken care of Jinshay Bot. Can we capture this point? It is not ours at the moment. The score is 120 to 55, and it is still in our favour, but it could still swing around, folks. And in fact, I am getting completely my little bottom is getting handed to me on a plate here. Now I'm going to run away and try and grab a heal there, and then head back and try and capture this point back, because at the moment you can see, look at that, it has swung around. I told you this match is really yin and yang. It is going back and forth more than a yo-yo. They are now in a position of domination, and I have just bought the farm. I am dead. Look at this. We've got Henry the Bear over there trying to take back the 3 o'clock. We've got nobody on the 9 o'clock. 12 o'clock is exposed, and the clock has stopped, folks. It has stopped at 48. The bots know exactly what is up. What time is it? It is time for them to try and stop that clock and try and claw back a victory, and that is exactly what they're doing. They are now going to the 12 o'clock as well. You can see, folks, we were in a position of domination, and now look at it. It is 4-1. They have completely turned it around, and our score is dropping so fast now. It is down to 85 to 48. It looked like we had it as a shoo-in, and the bots have completely turned the tables on us. Reggie, I'm getting very nervous right about now. What about you?
As you should be getting nervous, sir.
Well, I think anybody who plays with me in this game should be nervous. There's no doubt about that. But we, oh boy,
indeed.
We absolutely need
I've
to...
gone up to number 12, and I think that Tristana is on my case.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, already. Oh, go Reggie, go. Well, at least you've half captured it there. And we now, folks, we now have to concentrate on capturing nothing but. I mean, that is it. It is 67 to 48, and already he's interrupting me. He could see there the damage that I was about to do by capturing, and you know what? He's stopping me, and that is a really good move there on behalf of the bot. And here comes Reggie trying to help me out, and no, she's taken off. In fact, here comes the rest of the team, and hopefully, yes, all right, he's gone. No. Oh dear, that was bad news. It is 54. It is 53 to 48. This is really getting nerve-wracking here. You can see they've got 3 points. 1, 2, 3. We now only have the 9 o'clock and the 12 o'clock. We desperately need to get down there to the 7 and 5 o'clock and grab them back, and I'm going to run there as fast as my little legs can carry me, because now we are in a losing position. It is 43 to 48, and this does not look good. Oh dear. We need to capture everything that we can now. Every single second counts. You can see we're already down to 33, and hopefully we've got Boogeyman. Yes, please, Boogeyman, go and grab the 5 o'clock if you can, because that is absolutely what we need. And then we need to go grab the 3 o'clock and stop this flow of points, which we're losing so rapidly. 24 to 48, 23, 22. Reggie, help us! What is going on here?
This
is bad.
Too well. Hopefully Boogeyman can entertain the bots that are down there. Oh, there we go, beautiful.
Alright, yes, and oh, have we stopped the clock again? We have! It is at 16! 16! Oh my god. 16 to 48, folks. This is a time for another turnaround. Can we do it? If I can capture this one, that means we've got 3. Then in fact, Reggie, you can head on up to 12 maybe even. Oh, in fact, look at that. Good stuff. We both caught it. If we can get this 12, then we are hopefully going to be able to claw this back. 16 to 42. It is edge of our seat stuff, folks. It doesn't get any more exciting than this. This is getting really bad. Oh dear. Can we survive this one? 16 to 37. We are halfway there. Can we keep it up? And they're capturing already down the bottom there. They've got the 5 o'clock, but we have the rest of them.
They've nearly got number 9 as well. Oh no, we've got 9 back.
Yeah, 9 back, and that was Etonator that managed to get that one. That is awesome play here on behalf of our team. It is 16 points to 19, 16 points to 15. We are slowly clawing this back. Can we do it? It is down to 11 points. Can we grab these ones back here? I'm just going to capture this. It is 16 to 7, folks. We are on the edge of our seats. It is 16 to 5 to 4. Please don't let me win this being dead. And at 2-1, and it looks like we finally shoe in. Look at that. We actually do it. That was an outstanding victory there. GG to everybody concerned. What a bunch.
Wow.
That was amazing. Reggie, I'm exhausted.
That was too close for comfort.
That was way too close for comfort. That was amazing. And you know what? Probably somebody in your state, having just given birth a week ago, probably shouldn't be going through such excitement. I apologize. But that was epic, was it not?
That was pretty intense.
Woo! I'm going to have a sip of tea. Hang on, folks. Oh boy, oh boy. That was amazing. But look, I tell you, what a way to end the night. Look at those scores there. Who's at the top? It is you. It is Regina Lacerta who has made the top of the pile there. Well done, 1,693 points.
I never get top.
That is amazing. Well, and what better a week to do it, of course, when you're celebrating the arrival of your new family member. You should be at the top. And wow, you know what's even worse? I'm second. That never happens. That is absolutely amazing. But you know what? I felt like we all played like a great team there. You could see people reading the moves ahead of time and just making their way beeline to the right particular point in order to help us win that. Boy, did it get close at the end there. It was so touch and go, and that's what we love about this game. Seriously, Reggie, there are not many games that we play these days that have that level of excitement, if you ask me. It's just amazing.
No, yeah, it just turns around so quickly and keeps you going.
Oh, gets the old blood boiling. Let's have a look at the grid, folks, by the way, before we head off, because we must let this woman go and get some rest. There we go. If you want to see this and you're watching it later, just pause the video right now. There you go. Let's have a look at the graph here, and what do we got? Some points captured, and oh my lord. Oh my lord. Reggie, will you look at that? You and I are at the top there. That's got to be something bug in the system, if you ask me. Damage dealt there. Look at that. Henry the Bear. Henry the Bear doing 41,000 points of damage. That was amazing there. Good job on that one. Healing done. I was going to say, Boogeyman, saw you doing a lot of heals there. In fact, you saved my rear a couple of times. All in all, folks, you know what? It's not about the scores. It's about team play at the end of the day. And that's exactly what you saw in that match. I mean, those scores tell the tale. But you know what? Watch that match back because, as I said, you saw folks playing as a team in that one. And boy, was that fun. It was hair-raising, but we made it in the end. You know what, Reggie? I think we packed 3 games worth of excitement into 2 games tonight. What do you think?
Oh, easily.
Easily done. Easily done. That was incredible. Whew. Well, I think we need to run away, folks, by the way. As always, firstly, my thanks to everybody who helped us and played tonight, played so well. That was Henry the Bear, Boogeyman, and Etonator in that last match. Thank you, guys. That was awesome. Thank you, everyone in the chat, by the way. It's always great to see you guys. We very much look forward to our Friday night fights here on our League of Legends live stream. And, of course, we look forward to those of you who are going to be playing Guild Wars 2, hopefully seeing you in game. Look over the next few days for an announcement for a confirmation on the server, which will be Gates of Madness, confirmation of our guild name, and therefore, of course, we'll have a nice new shiny community engine website for you to go and register on. Whether you're playing the game or not, by the way, you're still welcome to come and join us on our shiny community website and join us on our voice chat, our Mumble server. And that will all be provided free of charge to you guys, because we very much appreciate your support and hope to see you in the game. Those of you who aren't playing Guild Wars 2, look forward to seeing some Guild Wars 2 Let's Play episodes probably the week after next, by the time we get them all made and produced. In the meantime, folks, we need to get ourselves out of here. Thank you for your support. We look forward to seeing you again very shortly. Reggie, have you got any plans for the rest of the weekend?
Oh, other than celebrating my grandmother's 100th birthday, nah.
Well, you know what, slightly minor event there, not. That is awesome, and of course, I'm sure everyone here wishes her a happy birthday. If any of us make it to 100, then I'll eat my short. Seriously, that is one hell of an innings. Well done to her. Anyway, folks, we need to get out of here. Thank you very much once again. On behalf of myself, Sambo, and of course the wonderful Regina, Lacerta, it's us saying take care. Hope you guys have a great week wherever you are in the world. We do look forward to seeing you next time. We will see you then, and bye-bye.